Hey guys, thank you for being here for another episode of the TamaraTamu Collective, where dreams have no filter. Thank you so much to my new subscribers. Thank you for those of you that have been here from the first episode. I appreciate you for subscribing, liking, and sharing. For those of you that are just tuning in, maybe you are new here, this is your first episode of the TamaraTamu Collective, go ahead and like and subscribe and share this video. So I want to cover a few things in this video. All right. And I'm going to do my best not to make it too long. So I want to talk about how the ego tries to bring up embarrassment. What do I mean by that? So let's say, for example, let's say you've had a business. You had a business in the past. And let's say that for whatever reason, you did not get the results that you wanted. And so you closed the business, you stopped working on it, you stopped with your marketing, you stopped with the advertising because it just wasn't, maybe it was no longer fun for you, right? But in the back of your mind, you're thinking, first of all, you know that being a business owner is a part of the divine plan for you. It's how your soul wants to be expressed in this world as a business owner. You know that. No one needs to tell you that. You don't need permission. You already know. And the vision keeps flashing. It doesn't go away. Perhaps the vision has gotten bigger. It's even more expansive now. And so you continue to feel this pull in this inspiration to start a business, okay, to start another one. And maybe the thing that's keeping you back is that the ego, you are allowing your ego to say, you know what, are you sure you want to do that again? Remember what happened the first time with your business? How is it going to look to other people? What I have found, what my experience has been, is especially when it comes to going after, something, and I don't want to say going after because that almost sounds like a force, but just still desiring something that you have attempted or that you've been attempting, and it's been a while, according to our human calendar and how we measure time, it's been a while. And the embarrassment, the ego will use embarrassment as just one of the feelings, as one of the emotions. And embarrassment normally is attached to views from other people, or what we're telling ourselves, the story that we're telling ourselves of how other people view us for still pursuing that vision, if it has not gone according to the way we planned in the past. And here's what I want to tell you. First of all, you don't have to ignore what the ego is showing you. You don't have to. There are these messages that we have seen, that we've read, that say, you have to die to the ego, you have to kill the ego, you have to push it to the side. Well, here's what I want to present to you. Number one, you don't have to kill the ego. The ego does not have to die. The ego is not a bad thing. Number one. But here's what you can do. When that embarrassment, when the ego comes through with those thoughts, oh, you remember what happened the last time, or with those questions of, do you really want to keep doing this? Or do you really want to try this again? Is this really what you want? Are you sure? Are you sure? What you can say is, and I'm telling you this because this is how I talk to my ego. Number one, I say, okay, I see the questions. Ego, I see the concern. Ego, I see the past. I remember the past. But ego, I need for you to take a step back, because I function from the now, in who I am being right now, in who I know to be as an abundant, powerful human that can create what I see. I know that now. So perhaps in the past, I was not approaching my business as a business owner. Perhaps in the past, I was approaching it being afraid. I was approaching it out of desperation. But this time, I know who I am. So again, that's not ignoring what the ego is telling you about embarrassment. And you may say this, I've said, yes, I understand the embarrassment. I see the embarrassment. I even feel the embarrassment right now, but who I am trumps all of that. My identity trumps all of that. So, ego, again, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for the ride, but I need you to take a step back. All right. So that's a little tip. If you are not doing that already, that's a tip that I wanted to share. That's how you can handle that. Also, when the ego tries to bring up embarrassment, here's what you have to realize. And I always say this, I say this time and time again in all of my videos. Your vision is divine because it is yours. So you don't have to say, well, is this the plan for my life? Is this my purpose? Yes, it is. If you needed someone from the outside to tell you that it is, yes, I'm telling you, yes, it is. So you can go forward. All right. So yes, your vision is divine because it is yours, because you are divine. So your desire is divine. Okay. That is whatever you feel compelled to, whatever you feel a gravitation toward. I don't care if it's building gardens. Okay. That is your purpose. That's one of your many purposes as an expansive human being. Okay. So when it comes to embarrassment and when it comes to taking, those journeys and taking, we've all had those winding paths. I'll go back to the example of the business. So, let's say, you still have this vision for this business that you want. Things in the past didn't go the way that you would have liked for them to. It does not mean that business was not supposed to be. It doesn't mean that business wasn't divine. Does not mean that business was not for you. What I want to present to you is that the journey, the steps, the action steps that don't yield the results that we want them to, but we keep going. And sometimes it can feel like a complete roller coaster. It can feel like a tsunami. It can feel like a hurricane, all of those weather, happenings. We can go down the line and just name all of them, but you get what I'm trying to say. So we have this path, this winding path. It's never a straight shot. Sometimes, and I'm going to venture out and say most of the time, that is because your vision, your purpose is attached to someone else. It is attached to other people. What do I mean by that? We're all connected. We're all connected. So there are some people, there are communities, there are cities, countries, nations watching you that are being inspired by you. Yes, you. Yes, you. So that right there knocks out embarrassment. So what? If the ego comes in and says, oh, you're just going to look stupid to other people. It doesn't matter, because there are people that are looking at you saying, well, they kept going. So can I. They built a business, so can I. They have an empire, so can I. They are a brand, so I can be a brand as well. They want your vision that you have. I'm going to say it this way. there are many people who may want the same thing as you. It's not in what I mean by that is that it's not going to look the same, but just at the core, since I keep using business as an example, there are many people that want businesses. But there's someone, and all it takes is just one person. There's someone that is watching you to say, wow, they're doing this. Wow, she's doing this. Wow, he's doing this, regardless of what has happened in the past. They may never tell you that. They may never comment on a post that you do. They may never comment on a video. They may never like a video. They may never follow you. They may never DM you. They may never subscribe. But please understand this when I tell you that your vision that you have, yes, it is for you first, but it is also for other people. So that journey that you're going on, does it always feel good? No. And you may be saying, well, I didn't ask to be attached to other people. I didn't ask. No, you did not ask. You didn't ask. But that's how it is. Someone else is watching you. So who cares about the embarrassment? Who cares about what the ego is telling you? Silence it. Talk to it, but tell it to take a back seat. Because not only are your benevolent angels, your ancestors, the universe is standing up with you, waiting for you to embrace your identity and who you are and embrace this vision. Embrace the vision. Embrace the vision by not forgetting what has happened, but to not allow that to control who you are now, who you are today, who you are in this moment, in this millisecond. Okay? So I said that, all of that to say this. You can be moving along and you understand who you are, but sometimes those moments, throughout the day, the ego can just come in and shake things up just a little bit. Not all day, just for a few moments. And then you may get someone that will come up to you and say, hey, I saw this message, or I saw this post, and, it was really encouraging to me. Sometimes that will happen. Sometimes the universe will allow that to happen at the right time for you. And if it doesn't happen, that's fine too. But sometimes the universe will allow someone to remind you, look, what happened in the past doesn't matter. We're here now. We know who we are now. We are stepping into our identity fully. Okay? So tell the ego to take a back seat. There's no room for the ego. There's no room for your vision to be clouded by embarrassment. Okay? So I know that this video helped someone. Thank you for listening. Look in the description. I have a lot of resources there for you. I have books that I've written. Check out my collective. My collective is a collective of my genius, my artistic creative genius. And that's on my website, iconicbytamu.com. Go take a look. I also provide one-on-one services, and it's a transformative session that will get you to, not to tell you what to do, but it will remind you to go within, to tap into your genius identity so that you can live a soul-fulfilled life, period. All right, so thank you for listening. Again, thank you for stopping by. Thank you again to all of my subscribers. If you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments. And again, thank you for being here. And until next time, cheers.